Ross, sauce it up.
Boys, my wheels got in my bag and I got out my field. I'm getting this paper, I'm stacking a meal.
What's up, guys? I'm Landon from Shoewear, and today we're checking out Damian Lillard's newest addition to his signature line with Adidas, the Dame 8 Dame Time. So first, thank you guys for stopping by to check us out. Feel free to drop a follow or subscribe wherever you're watching and give this video a like. We would greatly appreciate that. But kind of checking out the box and the price. This is honestly a pretty sick box. Kind of mixes in like the whole boxing theme. I guess Dame's like big on the boxing scene and like all that preparation stuff. So you see like the knockout time is like the fourth quarter. And you know, obviously Dame is about as clutch as it gets. Like that guy is just cold-blooded. So you can kind of see how we tried to work that whole boxing thing into like the intro, but you know, there's all kinds of details on this box, and it's kind of nice because you don't really see that happen with a lot of like other Adidas shoe lines for like signature shoes. Like Donovan Mitchell, pretty basic box. Harden, pretty basic box. Derrick Rose, pretty basic box. So I mean, it's kind of refreshing to see, you know, all the details going into these. I can't really say if it's going to stay that way going forward. I would imagine they'll probably tone it back some, but if not, pretty sweet box that you're going to have coming for the Dame 8s. But you know, as for the price, these are going to be going for $120, so that is a $10 price jump from like last year's Dame 7 if this model kind of stays at that price. You know, sometimes they fluctuate depending on different like collabs or different designs, you know, what they put into the shoe, but you know, still pretty affordable. All right, so checking out the overall design and the appearance for these shoes, they did keep a few things consistent from last year's models. So on the inside of the shoe, you're going to have that Dame font kind of show up on the inside of that upper. But then last year's design, it had a little bit more of a wing setup, kind of building up from that midsole. It was on the outside and on the inside of the shoe. But this year, you get more of like a curved look to that section, so it's just a little bit different. But one thing about this is you're going to have similar color blocking to the Jordan Zion 1 that we reviewed a few months ago, whenever you had that kind of like break in the upper with that purple section. I guess Zion's was like more of a Z. You kind of get like that jagged purple arrow on these. And I guess it's lime green on the inside of the shoe. So that's just something that like the first thing I thought of whenever I saw the shoe. It's like got a lot of the same kind of build, or at least like the break in the shoe looks really similar. But looking at more of like just the other details on this design, you kind of have a pull tab that kind of shows up on the inside of that shoe, and it's kind of weird. Like I don't really know what it's there for. It does have that like fourth quarter like KO branding from the box, so I do like that, of course. But I'm not sure if it's like a functional purpose. I mean, sure it's there for some reason, probably, I would have to imagine. But on the tongue, you're also going to get another little pull tab with Dame's logo on the side. It's going to have that little wing built into the logo, which I think he has, you know, a pretty sweet player logo. But I am interested to see if Adidas will do like the whole like extended play, like the EXTPLY theme, like they did for the Dame 7, since, you know, he is obviously big into music. He's like a rapper. He spends a lot of time in the studio. So I loved that whole like extended play concept. I thought that was super dope. But you know, for the Dame 8s, you know, I feel like they found something that they like, because over the 6, like the 7, the 8, they've like tweaked a few things, but it's kept like the same general kind of concept. They haven't really branched out too much. So it looks like the Dames that kind of found like the appearance that he likes, and they've kind of rolled with it. All right, so now breaking down the materials and looking more at the performance side, we'll go ahead and check out the cushioning setup first. So these are going to have a dual density Bounce Pro cushion, and you know, it honestly feels really solid. And like, I mean solid in a good way, not like, you know, solid like a rock. Maybe could have used a different word there, but I guess this Bounce Pro setup is kind of designed to give you the perfect ratio of like energy return, cushioning, and support. So, you know, I honestly was a fan of how these played. It does have a little bit of a different design from last year. I think the Dame 7s had like the light strike cushioning setup, and you know, those honestly played nice too. I really did love the Dame 7, but these have a similar feel, even though they have, you know, kind of small tweak to the stuff that they're going on. They definitely have a similar feel in my opinion. But you know, that being said, I haven't been able to play in them a lot, you know, test them out a ton yet, just like a few times. So I'm interested to kind of see how they play going forward. But, you know, honestly, the impact protection felt pretty good. And, you know, the cushioning is just well balanced overall, just like last year. So looking at the materials and the support, true to form, there's going to be nothing super special about the materials. It's going to be textiles that make up, the bulk of that upper. It is going to lead to these being a breathable shoe. Also, keeping the shoe lightweight. You're going to have a few like TPU overlays kind of placed along that upper. But one thing that was kind of weird about this shoe is they have like a little Achilles pillow kind of in the back portion. And I didn't really notice it while I was playing. Like, I'm not totally sure why it's there. I've seen it on shoes in the past, and I've kind of felt it. I didn't really feel it on this year's model for some reason, but just like the Dame 7, there isn't really going to be anything over the top for support, but these still hold up well. There's no movement to that upper like on hard cuts, but it's still going to be a really nice design. I don't have any problems with it, but these are going to be made up of some recycled content. So of course Adidas is back with like the double percentages. I guess it looks like at least 25% of the components used to make up the upper is going to be made up of a minimum 50% recycled material. So how much of this Dame 8 is made with recycled content? The world may never know, but it's still better to have some of that on there than nothing. So I do like that whole concept. All right, so to finish off with traction, these do follow the same general design, just with a slightly different pattern from last year's model. So you're gonna get some wavy lines in here instead of the jagged arrows from the Dame 7, but you're gonna have a few indentions on the shoe too, but it's really not gonna be much of a sticky feel, but it's still solid. I can't really give my best opinion on the traction right now because, like I said, I've only played them a few times and it was on a dusty court after all. So, I mean, these are definitely good, maybe not great. I guess I'll kind of have to switch up my playing surfaces whenever I can to give a better, representation of what they feel like. But the durability should at least be nice though, if it's at all consistent with last year's model, because I did test these out outdoors and there's no fraying yet, but I kind of would hope that would be the case. There wouldn't be any fraying after just one use outdoors, but overall a pretty similar traction feel to last year since they did keep the same general concept. But as for sizing, I would recommend probably going a half size down, which I didn't have to do last year. But these do have a little too much room at the end for my toes. So if you like more of a snug fit, definitely go a half size down. If you prefer something looser, maybe you can just buy them as they are. But to wrap it up, the Dame 8 builds off an already nice Dame 7 model. They tweaked the cushioning a little bit, but these still remain soft. So I don't have anything bad to say about the support, the materials, or the traction. They kind of check all of those boxes, especially for the lower retail price of $120. So altogether a well-balanced shoe across them. All right, so if you're interested in buying these shoes and you want to support our channel, we do have an affiliate link in the description that kind of helps take a little bit off the price whenever we buy these to review them for you. So, just feel free to check that out or not. It's totally up to you. But that does wrap up our performance review for the Adidas Dame 8 Dame Time. Feel free to leave a comment below if you like this video, or just kind of let us know any other shoes you may want us to check out. But until next review, I'm Landon from Shoewear. Peace.